So is there any word on the Save Shadowhunters movement? Oh yeah, we've heard you loud and clear. Don't worry, it's all in hand. Yeah, because you know, once you tweet 10 million times, raise over £100,000 for the Trevor Project, pay for adverts in Times Square, in train stations, it gets a bit hard to think of what else you can do to get the message across, you know? So we're really hoping that you get what we're trying to say. I know, don't worry, the fandom has put in so much effort, we know exactly what we're going to do now, no need to worry at all. Oh, you have no idea how much a relief that is, we were all so worried. We're gonna make an Infernal Devices spin-off. What's up, Shadowhunters, Angels and Downloaders alike? Yes, you did not hear wrong. I didn't just make that up as a skit. Instead of listening to what we're trying to say about Save Shadowhunters, it seems that somewhere the messages have got kind of tangled, and the network seems to think that we want a spin-off of the Infernal Devices instead of a Shadowhunters renewal. Why? I don't know. Actually, scratch that. They don't think that we want a spin-off of the Infernal Devices. They know fair and rightly that we want Shadowhunters renewal, but instead of working on a Shadowhunters renewal, they're instead in the works of doing a spin-off of the Infernal Devices instead, because no one asked for that, and since no one asked for that, clearly that means that everyone wants it. This is getting really frustrating. How else are we supposed to get this message across that it's Shadowhunters we want? Nothing else, it's Shadowhunters. We are tweeting Save Shadowhunters, not we want an Infernal Devices spin-off. If you've been following my channel for long enough, you know what my thoughts on the Infernal Devices are. I couldn't get through the first book, and from what I've heard of it beyond that, it isn't my cup of tea. I'm not into love triangles, I am not into that whole, oh, I can't decide which one to be with. I can't be dealing with any of that. I don't have the patience for it. For me, it's choose one or, you know, pick neither. And I've heard mixed messages. Some people told me that I should give the Infernal Devices another shot. Some people are telling me that I shouldn't even pick it up again. And honestly, I don't have the energy for it. I am done with reading Cassandra Clare's books. I gave away my Infernal Devices books months ago. I put them into a charity bin by my local shop. And I'm not intending on buying them again because I just don't see the point. I know I won't enjoy them. Love triangles are not my kind of thing. They're not my cup of tea. It's just not what I'm into. And considering the fact that I couldn't even get through the book before the love triangle even started, that is not a good sign. But all part of the people who do enjoy it. I'm not going to dictate what people's opinions are. I'm not going to judge people on what their opinions are. It's just not my thing. But even the people who like the Infernal Devices, I don't think they want an Infernal Devices spin-off, at least not yet. Because there's two sides of the Cassandra Clare fandom, or the Moral Instruments fandom, whatever you want to call it. There's the people who love the books and love Cassandra Clare. And there are people who love the books and hate Cassandra Clare. There are also people who hate the books and hate Cassandra Clare, but that doesn't really apply here. And there are also people who like Shadowhunters, hate the books, and hate Cassandra Clare. So they're show fans, they're not really what we're talking about here. There are people who like Cassandra's books and don't like the show. These are the people who are on Cassandra Clare's side on whatever she does. Whatever she says, does, or thinks probably they will defend. Which, fair enough, if she's your idol, go ahead, you do you. But those people will be on Cassandra Clare's side on the fact that the show is crap. So they won't want an Infernal Devices spin-off. They will be wanting nothing to do with anything that Shadowhunters has touched, because Cassandra Clare has made it no secret that she does not like Shadowhunters, and so the people who follow her also don't like Shadowhunters. They think it's an insult to the books, they think that it doesn't follow the books, they think the acting's horrible, blah 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 blah. Which I used to resent, but as I've been trying to do in my past few months of videos, it's you do you, like what you want. I'm not going to dictate your opinion because I wouldn't want you to dictate my opinion. So fine, if you don't like the show, grand, but that in here lies the problem, that people who don't like the show aren't going to want the same people who wrote the show or broadcasted the show to touch the Infernal Devices. They're not going to want it because they don't like it, they hate it. They don't want anything to do with Shadowhunters, and they won't want Shadowhunters touching another Cassandra Clare book series. So they aren't going to like it. And then there's the people who like the books and hate Cassandra Clare, or don't like the books and love Shadowhunters. They aren't going to want an Infernal Devices spin-off because they want Shadowhunters. We want Shadowhunters back. We don't want the Infernal Devices. The Infernal Devices isn't going to include the cast that we love. It's not going to involve the characters that we love and the plot lines that we have grown to love, because the Infernal Devices is set in like the 1800s. It's got Jace's ancestors in it and Alec and Isabel's ancestors in it, but it's not going to have Alec or Jace or Isabel or anyone in it. It's not even going to have Clary in it or Simon. It's going to be about Tessa Gray and her love triangle with Jem Carstairs and Will Herondale. It's not going to be about anything that we've grown to love in Shadowhunters. So I don't see where the thinking about an Infernal Devices spin-off is really going to fit into solving the problem here. It seems like it's only going to make it worse, and it's going to bring Cassandra Clare's minions back into the to the mix. They're going to start protesting because there are a lot of people who are very loyal about the Infernal Devices. They love Tessa, and they love Will, and they love Jem, and they love the little love triangle, and they just want to protect it, and they won't want any network touching it because they saw what it did to Shadowhunters, and they saw what it did to Cassandra Clare's nerves, and they're not going to want it for the Infernal Devices. And to make matters worse, Cassandra Clare has just recently released another book in the Infernal Devices series. My phone for some reason notified me of it. I must, maybe it's because I tweet from my phone about Shadowhunters and stuff like that, but I got notified that she released another book, and it is about Tessa Gray getting over the death of Will Herondale or some shite like that. Nothing that I'm interested in. And why this book is needed, I don't know. It's along the same vein of why the Malik book is needed. It isn't. It's just because Cassandra Clare can't come up with any other idea, and she's milking the cow, the Mortal Instruments Shadowhunters cow, to dust. It's producing dust now. There's no milk coming out, it's just dust. Dust that her fans are still buying. But that's a completely different video. So for some reason, the network has got us tweeting Save Shadowhunters 10 million times, raising so much money for the Trevor Project, and having these billboards in train stations and in Times Square. They have somehow misconstrued that an Infernal Devices spin-off is going to fix all our problems. Who's at these board meetings? Who's in charge? Who I need to talk to who's in charge, because they're confusing me. I need to know their thought process here. Because I don't want an Infernal Devices spin-off. Shadowhunters fans don't want an Infernal Devices spin-off. The people who are loyal to Cassandra Clare won't want an Infernal Devices spin-off. So who wins here, really? No one wins. And it's just going to end up getting cancelled because no one's watching it, because no one wanted it. Just renew Shadowhunters already. You're dragging this out too long. Or at least tell us already if there's no chance in hell. Because if there's no chance in hell, well then at least we can say we tried. We raised money for charity. We showed how much we love the show. At least we can say we tried. But dragging it out like this and not even giving us a firm yes or no, and saying we're maybe working on an Infernal Devices spin-off even though no one wants it, it's getting old. Just stop hanging us on a hook and just tell us what the deal is, alright? We're big kids, we can handle it. We're adults, actually. Big kids sounds very bad. We're adults, we can handle it. Or at least I know I can. We'll be upset if it's not being renewed, but at least we can say that we tried. Okay? And no one wants an Infernal Devices spin-off, just don't do that, okay? Yeah. Just don't. So that's it for this video. Shadowhunters, Angels, and Downworlders alike. What's your thoughts on an Infernal Devices spin-off? Would you watch it? Do you think it's a good solution to the Save Shadowhunters campaign, or do you think it's completely ridiculous and no one's going to watch it like I do? Let me know down below. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like my videos. Don't be there if you don't want to be there. I don't want you there if you don't want to be there. Same for my social medias. I have a Twitter, Instagram, blah blah blah. And I'll see you next time, Shadowhunters, Angels, and Downworlders alike. And remember, the Infernal Devices aren't good books, but you know, if you like them, whatever. I'm not gonna tell you what you can and can't like. So see you next time.